Hey everyone, we are back with another product review. Now we've done quite a few reviews on products similar to this, but they're always improving. This is a huge improvement from anything we've done before. It's by Bluetti, guys. It's one of their brand new power stations. It's the Elite 200 V2. Now we use power stations maybe differently than some other RVers. We have a large motorhome. We have a lot of power on there. How we use our power stations, because we always carry them with us, it gives us extra outlets. It gives us flexibility if we're traveling somewhere, if we're going to shows, or we're going to be out for a long day, something to throw in our car. But these are extremely capable. Specifically, this model has a lot of improvements. We're going to show you everything about this new unit, how it can be used, what it's capable of using, including its solar setup, and how it can fit into your camping gear. So here's the unit, guys. Now, you might notice it looks pretty small. And it is. This is a unit that has over 2,000 watt hours of power, but it's in a size of a unit that would normally be about 1,000 watt hours of power. It's from Bluetti, so well known in the industry. They've sold over 200,000 units. So when you talk about reliability, there's a lot of power stations out there. You can go on Amazon, and there's a ton of them, and they're going to be cheaper. But you get what you pay for. And Bluetti is known throughout the RV community as one of those brands that they stand by their product, they have a great warranty, and they have high quality product. What are you gonna get in this unit? And this is brand new. It's gonna be just released. So here you go. Again, in a small, compact unit. We'll give you the specs a little bit later. They've done some improvements. They've cleaned it up. One of the big improvements is the sound level. This is 16 decibels. When it's running. It's whisper quiet, essentially. I'm going to power it on. So you can power it on. You see the screen here, of course, the Bluetti. It's charged up to 100,000 to 100%. What's nice about this, you can go from 0 to 80% using your regular AC input in about 45 minutes. So it has that high charge. You're also getting a 2600 watt inverter in here. If you use the Hercules mode, that 2600 watt inverter can boost up to 3900 watts. Now, it's not going to sustain that, but if you have those hungry units that have that initial surge, a hairdryer or a blender, it'll get that initial surge, it'll take it, and then it will stabilize itself and be able to run those appliances. What's also nice about this Bluetti unit, as well as many of the Bluetti units, is that you have access to their app. And in the app, you can see, you can control everything. You can turn on the AC, DC, see how much power is coming in, how much power is going out. Very easy to access right from the app. Let's look a little bit closer at the unit itself. You see you have the display screen. Nothing's plugged in, 100%, approximately 99 hours of the current setup. Now, we'll go right on the far left. You have your solar input, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. You have your DC output, your 12 volt, the old school cigarette lighter that's on there.
Showing your age.
Cigarette lighter. And then you have two USB-C 100 watt ports. USB-C is kind of like the new standard now.
Yeah.
So you use a MacBook, but it's high powered. The new iPhones, all the phones are pretty much USB-C. Even our camera, everything's USB-C. And then for those that still have the USB-A, you have two 15 watt USB-As, and then you have a total of 4 20 amp, 120 volt outlets, which is going to be where we're going to plug everything in. Over on the right side of the unit, you have your input, your AC input. So what comes in the box is going to be your cord, and this does charge very quickly. You have your circuit breaker here, and then of course you get your solar hookups, which I showed you in the front. So right now we're connected to the Bluetti PV350D solar panels. These are 350 watts. Now this unit behind us can take up to 1,000 watts of solar, 20 amps. So if you want off-grid, you can do that also. We're going to put all the specs in a link down below, because there's a lot of specs, guys. I don't want to bore you with all that, but we want to really show you how this works in real world. Now, this is equipped with lithium iron phosphate batteries, but what's different about these is that they are automotive grade. So this has 6,000 cycles, full charge cycles. That's the lifespan on here. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot.
I was going to say that's a lot, actually.
Well, yeah. So if you fully charged it every day, a full cycle, it's almost 17 years that this will last. It's a long time because they use high quality batteries on here. Let's give you some other specs, guys. 2,073 watt hours on here. Again, the inverter in here is 2600 watts, but it will bump up to 3900 if needed with that Hercules mode. What you might want to know, which is important to you, is the dimensions: 13.78 inches by 9.84 by 12.74 inches. The weight, 53.35 pounds. So you can have a lot of power in a small unit. There's a lot of other specs, guys. Again, we'll put the link down below. You can read all about it. But we're going to do some real world testing. So the first thing I'm going to do is demonstrate, we're going to go light load. And what we've done on other videos like this, we try to get it to error out. We wanted to give it an error code. How much can this actually take? Let's start off light. We'll do our 100 watt charger on here on our actual, well, it'd be nice if I actually turned on the AC part. Also turn on the DC. Now it's kicked on, it's charging. You can see the output is going to be about 20 watts. Obviously there's no input. People are texting us right now, probably Jason. Let's do a couple other things, guys. We'll pull out our trusty heater here.
These suck a lot of watts.
These do suck a lot of energy. It's a good test because it's going to test this inverter, right? 2600 watt inverter. Let's plug the first one. The AC's on already. Let's kick that on. We'll turn the first one on. We'll start at number 1, throw the heat on. And then you're going to start seeing things go up here, right? We're at 360, 420 watts, 451, 483. Let's kick it up a little bit and see if that does anything.
6086.
All right. So we're at 1054, 1200. Running it no problem. You can see right here, it tells you the time. We're at 100%. Running this, you'd be about 1.1 hours without having to charge. Again, this is not made to run heaters for an extended period of time. There's just not enough watt hours in here. But I'm just showing you the capability of this inverter. We're at 1411 right now. Let's stick a second one in, right? Let's see what happens. I think it's going to fault it now, but we'll see. See what it does. These are both the same, guys. Let's stick a second one in. All right, second one just kicked on. Let's put it on number 2 and see what it does.
Oh, there we go.
All right, there you go. We're at 2300. Remember, it's rated for 2600 watts. Let it climb a little bit. We're at 2420. So here you go, guys. 2 space heaters, very power hungry. Start to stabilize a little bit. It's at 2383. So let's shut these down, guys. Give you some more examples on here. Another popular item that I like to use is the blender. So let's put one of these space heaters on first. Let's get that up. These blenders can be pretty hungry. Let's kick this baby on. Get this back on, pumping some heat. So we got one space heater back on here, about 1506. We got the computer going. That's pulling out some power. Let's just, let's put a very common item I like to use, the blender. Let's just throw it on high. See what goes on. I'm gonna make it fail now, guys. So we're down to 92%. We're running the computer right now. This one's one of MJ's favorites. If you're tent camping, you don't have access to a lot of outlets in your RV. This is great, something great for you. Here we go. So we're gonna do the hair dryer, notoriously hungry. We're gonna put it on hot. You could see it go up 1640 watts. Let's turn on that heater and see what this does. Try plugging it in. That always helps. All right, heater's on. You can hear it struggling a little bit. We're gonna see if it shuts down. Man, this thing's still going. This is crazy. I'm gonna get it to shut down. Let's do the next one. 2 heaters, it just now, it's bogging down. It's still going. It's just throttling.
But it turned that down to low.
There it goes.
Right?
It just gave the error code.
Yeah.
So it started boggling down. So we got it to shut down. 2 space heaters, each rated at about 1500 watts, right? 2 space heaters as well as a hair dryer that it's super hungry, all going. We finally got it. And the computer finally got it to kick off. But again, we were able to easily run 1 hair dryer, 1 1500 watt space heater, plus our computer. You're never gonna run all that, guys. At least you shouldn't be doing that. what is it going to be more likely for you? We're going to give you how much you can run, how many charges you can get on common items. So let's give you some real world scenarios. It's according to Bluetti's spec sheet on here. So if you had a DJI Air 3, you get about 27 times on the charge. A smartphone, 15 watts. Watt hours, about 75 times. A laptop, 28 times on the charge. Ice maker, about 2.8 hours. Some other common things, a TV, 85 watt TV, you get about 19.8 hours of runtime. A 10 watt light, 93.3 hours. That's pretty awesome. So if you have like the outdoor lighting, I know MJ loves outdoor lighting. We just went to Lancaster. They had all the Halloween lights. You can just run it right into your battery. 12 watt router, about 84.8 hours. Refrigerator, if you want to use this at home, 100 watt refrigerator, about 16.8 hours. Some other specs, the max AC input on the charging is 1800 watts. The max DC input is 1000 watts. Of course, that's going to be either a car or the solar. And then again, 2400 watts on the inverter going out. And if you use a Hercules mode, it bumps it up significantly. At the time of making this video, this has not been released. It will be released by the time this video is out. We'll put the link down below for the full specs as well as the price. We want your feedback, guys. These are very, very popular. A lot of brands out there. Bluetti is one of the best, if not probably the best out there, one of the most well-known. We want your feedback in the comments. What do you think about this unit? Is this something that you would use either as a home backup, which we do use these. I actually have one connected to our server. If you know anything about servers, they can't lose power. There's like, you have to shut them down. There's a process. So I have a Bluetti as a battery backup. So when we do lose power, it's not shutting down that server, and that probably it always keeps them powered on. So you could use that also as a backup to any sensitive electrical equipment. If you like videos like this, guys, to the left of us, we'll put our RV Essential Upgrades playlist. We'll also put our RV Newbies playlist, and for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.